You know, I'm an honest person. I will say when I have been wrong. In one of my more recent videos, I talked about how we're probably not going to be getting more Dark Sun content for 5th edition. However, there has just been a new Unearthed Arcana released. And even though it isn't directly called Dark Sun Unearthed Arcana, it is called Apocalyptic Subclasses, which I think is close enough. You know, the Circle of Preservation Druid makes a lot of sense because the entire world is a desert, so being able to create a little pocket of forest or plains or swamp or something like that to, you know, bring back nature for a couple minutes, I think that that's pretty cool and very thematic. The Gladiator Fighter is just straight up Dark Sun. One of the classes specifically made for Dark Sun was called Gladiator, and it was a warrior. It was in the same group as Paladin, Ranger, and Fighter. Now, I already talked about how I don't like the weapon, the additional weapon properties, the weapon masteries. But it seems like for this subclass to really, work, you have to use those, which is kind of sad. However, I think having a Mad Fighter is pretty cool. For y'all that don't know, Mad stands for Multi-Ability Score Dependent. He seems to be working off of Charisma, which I like a lot. Defiled Sorcery really just seems like a Necromancer Sorcerer, which I'm not complaining about. Evil sorcerers have been around in fantasy for as long as most people can remember. I mean, typically, even the word sorcerer means an evil wizard, so, yeah, I think that's cool. Now, the real thing that connects this to Dark Sun is the Sorcerer King Patron Warlock. Basically, the Sorcerer Kings in the Dark Sun setting are very powerful kings that can harness magic. And the Sorcerer King Warlock Patron is not a new thing. It was around in 4th edition as well. And maybe 3rd and 2nd edition, but I'm not exactly sure. But yeah, if we actually are getting Dark Sun content for 2025 edition, then that's actually a good reason for me to switch. I've already made a long-form video on this channel why I like the Dark Sun setting. But I've been hesitant to switch to 2025 because it seems that player characters are going to start off more powerful, which, in my opinion, they don't need to. But if they actually release a Dark Sun setting guide or module or, short story, but if they actually are going to release a Dark Sun set of modules, campaign setting, or group of short stories, then yeah, I'll probably switch to 2025.